What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. In today's video, I want to get into John Franklin Myers being the odd man out. We'll discuss that notion, and then also Haason Reddick trade officially goes through. He speaks with the media, and we got some good quotes there to share. So let's first start with the John Franklin Myers as the odd man out narrative that I've seen. It's coming from Rich Cimini, so take these things with a grain of salt. Look at where it's coming from, but John Franklin Myers as a cut candidate after the Haason Reddick trade, I really don't see it at all. Now, the Jets do need to clear up cap space. That's a given, but they could restructure John Franklin Myers and free up an additional $9 million, or they can cut him for a $4 million free up, and that would still have like $12+ million in dead money. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, especially when you consider that John Franklin Myers has been really steady over the last 4 seasons. He's had 50+ pressures in each of the last 4 seasons. He's a really great run defender. The sack numbers were a little down this past year, 3.5 sacks, but again, pressure-wise, you could pencil him in for 50+ every single season. He's going to play 55% of snaps. He's going to be great on early downs. He can play inside on the interior of the defensive line. He can play outside as an edge defender. To me, I don't think it really makes sense because Reddick and Jermaine Johnson, well, Jermaine Johnson too, but John Franklin Myers, they have different styles and they're going to complement each other. The Jets have 2 guys who are similar, and well, really 4 guys who are similar, but they're paired in 2 and 2. And Jermaine Johnson and John Franklin Myers are kind of in that same boat. They are more early down players. They're good against the run. They have a really high motor. Like, they're going to get their sacks and their pressures because of their tenacity and just, they're not willing to give up on plays and just have a great motor, all those kind of cliche things, but it's the truth. Those guys are similar. And then you look at Will McDonald and Haason Reddick, they're going to get their pressures with the absolute speed, bend, quickness off the edge. They're stylistically very different. And because you add Haason Reddick, who is one style, a speed rusher, who is more of a prototypical just get after the quarterback kind of guy, that then is going to move John Franklin Myers and make him expendable. I don't really see that as the case at all. Again, I would just look to restructure John Franklin Myers, free up money that way. Don't cut him. He is still underrated all these years later. He's a solid player. And is going to be a useful piece on this Jets defense. I don't think you need to make your defensive line worse, but just because you added Haason Reddick. As I mentioned, Haason Reddick spoke with the media earlier today. He was asked if he has a lot left in the tank, and he says, yes, I absolutely have a lot left in the tank.
Does that give you a chip on the shoulder, basically?
Oh, no. This is, me personally, to start with your first question, I believe I have a lot left in the tank. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here. And that's pretty much that. I feel like when I don't have any more left to give, I'll retire. Until that point, I'm going to continue to try to play my best ball. As far as the Eagles go, though, it wasn't about what he has left in the tank or anything like that. It's a business, and sometimes hard decisions got to be made, even if you don't like them.
It wasn't so much that the Philadelphia Eagles didn't buy that he had still more left. It was just kind of a business decision in his words. And also, he feels that once he doesn't have anything left, he's going to retire. So I think he very much so believes he has a lot to give. And I think so too. You're looking at a guy who's had 4 straight seasons of 10+ sacks. I would anticipate that he hits 10+ sacks again this season. If he goes over 67.5% of snaps, that will turn the 2026 third-round pick into a second-round pick. I don't think he hits 67.5%. I think he would be under that. I'm looking more around 60% for Haason Reddick, and if that's the case, it will remain a third-round pick in 2026 that is going back to the Philadelphia Eagles. And this last quote is just so perfect, saying that there's dogs on each level of the defense.
I love it. You got dogs at each level on the defense, literally, from inside interior guys like Quinnen, Kinlaw, even on the outside, Jermaine, Will, JFM. You look at the inside linebackers. You got C.J. Mosley, Quincy Williams. Like those two guys are just dogs themselves. And then even for DB, Sauce. He speaks for his name speaks for himself, and then even seeing like DJ Reed and what he's done over the last couple of years, and the name that he's making for himself. I'm happy to be around a group of guys like this, a talented roster such as this one. It's going to be fun, man. I don't think anybody's ready for what's about to happen, but it's going to be fun, and it's going to be fun to watch as well.
That is absolutely true. You look at this defensive line, they are a very, very deep unit, which that's what Robert Saleh likes. That's what this defense is based off of. Then you go to the linebacker duo, and C.J. Mosley and Quincy Williams have been a fantastic duo over the last few years. Quincy Williams really taking that step in year, 3 with the Jets. He was more of a rotation player his first 2 years and was downright phenomenal in that last season in 2023 with the New York Jets. Really impressed with what we saw out of him on this defense. The corners we know so well. They have a great corner trio with Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Michael Carter in the slot. Love what he's given the New York Jets and what he's developed into over the last few years. And then at the safety level, like Tony Adams made some plays last season. He was a UDFA that the Jets really liked and believed in, and he ended up winning the role at free safety. And they're getting Chuck Clark back, who I think is honestly an upgrade over Jordan Whitehead. So this Jets defense is going to be very, very good. I think they are going to be right around the top 5 defense in the NFL. They have the potential to be the best in the league. I'm not going to come out here and predict a number 1 defense. I think that's an ambitious prediction, but is it possible? Yeah, there's a path to them being the best defense in the NFL, but I think at worst, they are a top 8 defense in the NFL. So they're going to be a special unit. I'm excited to watch them all on the field. And Haason Reddick is right, because there are dogs on each level of this defense. So that's going to do it for me in this video. Please make sure to like the video before you head out of here. Also, make sure to subscribe if you're new. Comment down below your thoughts. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I will talk to you next time.